In this video, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the AzChief product tracker. Now, the AzChief product tracker can be used for lots of handy things to get some really good data, to keep an eye on some really good data too. Okay, so let me briefly explain about the tracker. So the first thing that we've got is you can enter your ASIN, which are these numbers here, and they're related to, as you probably know by now, the product. So we enter the ASIN, which I've got some data here already, and then we can also import ASINs from a file if you wanted to do that. Save you a bit of time. You've got to make sure you go to the settings. You click to set your APIs. That's the same as in the others. You can turn these on or off, so whether it's going to check eBay price, Walmart, AliExpress or YouTube, they switch on and off. You obviously click that to save the settings. You can set the scheduler. So what we do here, time to run. So this is what hour you would like the scheduler to check for the tracking data. Now, the reason we give you the hour is because for consistency. If your computer isn't on at that hour, don't worry, it'll run not long after the computer starts up. But we give you this choice because obviously people have their computers on at different times. You can select the Amazon marketplace for the country here. And then you can also use proxies if you really need to. Now, most people don't need to use proxies. It's only under very rare circumstances that you would want to use proxies. Maybe you were doing some work for a customer and tracking products for a customer, and they wanted their own dedicated IP on their API details. There could be a few reasons, but generally you won't ever need to use proxies. We've just added it in there for convenience. So that's the settings taken care of. You obviously save your settings when you're finished. We've got full tutorials like in all the other software here. We do ask you to watch all the tutorials. They're bite-sized, apart from the overview. The overview one is a full walkthrough. Okay, so let's close that. Now what we've got is we've got the main, like I said, we enter the ASINs or import the ASIN files here. And then you can, if you wanted to remove any, you can select them here. And then you just click remove ASIN. If you wanted to clear all the data, you click clear all, and that will clear it all. So once you've added your ASINs in, all you do is you either enter it in there or enter it in there, then click add ASIN to track, and it'll add it down here. Now, what you've got to make sure, as it says here, tracker status off. You've got to click that, and then it'll say tracker on. So that will turn the tracker on, ready to start tracking the ASINs that you've got in. As you can see, it's tracking 5 ASINs at the moment. So if I just go down, in fact, I can make that window a little bit bigger for you. We've made it so the GUI can be expanded, mainly so it'll fit on people's screens with small, people with small screens. So if you have got a smaller screen, then you can see the scroll bars. If you haven't, you can use this to enlarge it to full screen. You can scroll down. So you can see what we're tracking. We've got ASIN, title, image, date, time. So that's the date and the time that it was tracked. We've got the price, the rank, the lowest price, the eBay price, the Walmart price, the AliExpress price, and YouTube competition. Now from this data, you can easily find trending periods and products. You can find when a product's been at its lowest price. You can find out if it's going, if it's cheaper on other marketplaces, and you can track the rank of the product, so you can see how popular the product is. Obviously watch the rank. The better the ranking, the more popular it's coming. So you can pick up on trends as well using this data. It can be really handy. You could also put in your competitors' product ASINs, and you could also track what they're doing. So the information via the product tracker can be really handy. It runs in the background. Once you've set this, then the software will run in the background, and at the time that you put in the settings there. Okay, so now we'll go on to the compare. So we've already got some products that we've been tracking in the software. So we go on to the compare. Okay, so now let's say I wanted to compare the price of this HP. So we click that, then we click add product, and then once we added the product, you can see it's appeared here. There. You could click add all products if you wanted to, and then it would add all these products that you got in here. And then what you can do then is you can set the start date. So if I just drag that in off the other screen, that you want your comparison to compare. So let's say I wanted from April the 26th, and then you set your end date. Drag it in off the other screen, and let's say the end date was today. Okay. Then it'll tell you how many items that you're tracking. So then what you'd do is you'd click compare, and that then, you'll see the status says comparing, will go and get you them details based on the type of comparison that you're trying to do. You know, so we can, like we said, with price, rank, lowest price, eBay price, Walmart price, and YouTube competition. So you can get quite a lot of handy information that you can use really, really well just by this comparison tab. I'll just pause the video for a second while it's doing its maths. Okay, so when it's finished, you can see there is a status compare graph generated. And here's the graph. We obviously haven't been tracking for long, but there's the start dates. So you can see when it started, and then you can see as it goes up. Now this one looks like it's stayed, the price has stayed stable. You can hover over any of these dots and get the price according to that day. So let's just try another one. Okay, so we've changed this one to rank. Let's see if the rank's actually changed at all on that. And we can click compare, and then it'll go and look at the comparison data for the rank based on that product. So let me just pause it a second. And it looks like on that one that the rank's about the same as well. So that'd be a pretty stable product for you to, if you was interested in that laptop. What we can also do is we can add all products. So all them should be added now here. Okay. And then let's see what else we could do. We could do a comparison by the YouTube competition. So let's click compare. Now it's going to compare all the products. So I'll just pause it for a second because it'll take a little while longer. Okay, so that's just finished now. So we've just done a YouTube competition rank on all the products. Now obviously if we'd have had more data than just a few days in here, then we can obviously get some sort of a deeper look into the data, and things would have probably changed more. But as we've only got a few days worth of data just for the demo, then obviously things haven't changed that much on the products that we've happened to pick. You've got key codes for the products. Like I said, you can click on any of the little dots and it'll tell you the actual figure or the data value for that day. And you can change again, like I said, eBay price, lowest price. So there's lots of things that you can get out of this data if you just think about it. It's all about thinking outside the box. So we've gone over how you input your ASINs and how you remove your ASINs, and you turn your tracker on and off, and also your product comparisons. We've pretty much covered all the features in the software. Like I said, the data and products that you track is totally up to you, but if you use the tool right, then you can get some real excellent sales data out of it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact myself, Jane, or a member of my staff by submitting a ticket to our client area. You can do that by clicking here, and the address is client-area.biz, and we'll be only too happy to help. Anyway, thanks again for watching the video, and we hope to see you on the other side.